Good edition, messenger. Casts gaze upon the harbor. You're Patios, aren't you? Just what I've been after, as it happens. Okay, Aether tasked me with finding you. Says he's got a proposition. Stay right there, I'll go fetch him. Oh, apologies for calling you like this, but I was hoping we could parlay before you take a leave. I'll cut right to the chase. I want you on board for my final expedition. Before I get into the particular, allow me to spin a quick yarn. These days, Inyos and sailor with their salt bound for Hurrah take the established route and skirt southern Indigo Deep. But back when maps of the realm were nothing but blank parchment past Fieldbrand, all we had was the allure of the horizon to guide us. Most of me and fellow explorers weighed anchor and cut a course due west, heading straight for adventure. Alas, most were lost to the waves. We, crew and I, reached Hurrah on account of us ranging northward and avoiding the same treacherous waters that claimed them. That stripe for the deep came to be known as Shade's Triangle. I had a notion to solve its mysteries on behalf of my fallen comrades. But after arriving on these shores, it was the land and not the sea that promised adventures anew. Once I settled here and disbanded the expedition, I never did get the opportunity. But then when I crossed paths with a certain well-renowned adventurer, I began to wonder. Something told me that with your help I'd finally shed light on the mystery of those waters. So how about it? Will you join me? You had me at mystery. Not to worry, I propose all this with the full backing of the Dawn Servants. Truth be told, even before Gululja asked me to watch over Kuan and Uklamat, I feared I'd never sail again. Any road, I sensed the pair were wise to be warned, so I laid it all bare. When you say the mystery of Shade's Triangle has haunted you since, the region of which you speak is impotent to trade with foreign nations. Any effort to unravel its secrets would ultimately benefit Tuliolo. Sounds like it might be the last chance you get, especially if you're hoping to get Patios involved. Besides, it would turn his grays if we barred his old friend from one final voyage. Alright, let's do this. She'll be wanting more details, but I'd like to set sail sooner rather than later. Ship is ready. Header sent over from Limsa. There's a presumed Cactuar told me all about you. The name's Ofardin, navigator by trade. Say Sage's Triangle was backed with storms, but a closer look tells me that it ain't strictly true. Can I talk to you? Where are you claiming me to this rowboat? No rowing. Our vessels will find beyond the shallows. Okay. Good. When you could prepare this leave, just say a word. Ready to plot a course for waters unknown, are you? Well, let's go. Is a churning mess of a storm, so every time a vessel goes missing through the region, most blame the treasure's condition. Hear this. There are records of a last ship seeking to chart those waters, and the message say they believe their escort is passing strange. Conditions fair, crescent-shaped isle sighted, potential safe haven. Made it back to port despite the calm seas. Skating calling the island the Occult Crescent ever since. They say it's not but a shifting mirage that claims the lives of all who sight it. Everyone on board knows the risk involved on a pilot voyage like this, but there's nothing like the thrill of the unknown. Aye. The whiff of mystery and the promise of new discovery hard to resist, am I right? Anywho, why don't we get acquainted with the crew? Be checking the charts. Once you've got a measure of the folks risking their hides, come and find me. This ain't me the first trip to these waters. I've sailed close to Shade's Triangle to survey the weather many times, and then clear as days. To take a closer look. I heard Cactuar was leading an expedition to the heart of the triangle. I saw him about. Alright. So he's looking forward to the expedition. I'm exhausted. Grandfather once sailed Cactuar. He was right here with it when they first made landfall in Toronto. But it wasn't Toronto we were aiming for. They left the oars on westward, bound for Hingashi. They didn't count on a great big continent lying between them. While steering ashore, they soon forgot all about the Far East. Eventually, my grandfather settled here, and I am 3 generations later. By all accounts, journeying with Cactuar is life-changing. I mean, that in the best possible sense. isn't some foolhardy treasure hunt. No solving the Isle's secret will be worth more than any glittering trinkets. And if we can open up a safe passage to the island, there's potential to establish a permanent landing. Just imagine the boon the foreign trade that would bring. Which is to say there's more at stake here than lining our pockets. There's no telling what awaits us on the island, which is why we've enlisted the help of experts and artisans to supplement our crew. There's one fellow we're wishing to steer clear of, though. After we left port, I caught the crazed fool trying to launch one of the lifeboats. Managed to lock him in the hold. The hydraulics set about drinking all the rum. And stuffing up on the barrels. Okay. That goes back to Leola. Okay. Let's go talk to Kettering. Looks like you had a good chat, the crew. It's the thing with seafaring. A close-knit crew is indispensable. Wherever the winds might take us, I consider it to duty to get us there, back in one piece. Right, we'll be entering Shade's Triangle any moment. Look sharp. Man ho. I'll study. We sail straight for her. Okay. Aye aye. There it is. The blasted island. We just had it in our sights. And spotted off the starboard, sir. Don't tell me we carried right past it. Get this hull turned around. Looks like the island's there. Found it. Lost sight of the damn thing. Was right on the money. If the isle itself was moving, the waves would be surging right over the bulwark. This is no natural phenomenon. Something's messing with our perception. Believe it or not, onwards we sail. Who are you talking to? I don't know. Someone was talking to me. Strange voice, you say? I didn't hear a thing. Well then, I've lost control of the rudder. It's like something's reeling us in. Gods. Couldn't be the island, could it? How's the hull looking? All of his damage, but the ship's stuck fast. Perfectly docked and without a single scratch. There ain't a helmsman alive who could have managed that. I fear she'll end up like that if we try and shift her. Reckon we were brought here by some sort of arcane trickery. Trapped too, most likely. He magicked right to our destination. Quite the stroke of luck, if you ask me. Well, there's nothing for it but to get this expedition underway. Voice you heard on the ship. I'm starting to wonder whether that wasn't some kind of summon. For the island itself, I'd assumed it was inhabited, so they wasn't expecting to come across this phantom village. Like as not, there's some sort of ward encompassing the island to keep us here. If that is a chance atypical currents could circumvent the ward, assuming you can tap into one. He wrote, as much as I'd like to gather the crew, can you get stuck right in with a better secure perimeter? I thought I'd give you a journal to jot down findings. Alright. There's more than a few folks up there who would appreciate a record of your exploits. Wish to return to Utility on any point in the position, interact with the electrical current by the moored ship. Corresponding current at the high tide harbor facilitates travel back to the Occult Crescent. Collection in the duties section. Okay. As for the prominent terms, the characters will be added. Got occult records. Interesting. Alright, so we have to look. It looks like we have to like. Huh. Well, this is from Baljo, yeah. This is from the, and this is from the, okay, pretty cool. A record thing, keeping track of the lore, that's pretty cool. Not a single soul about. He's pondering, Dad. We better take a look around. As long as the ship's safe, so are all the provisions. Let me know if you find anything of interest. Skilled hands. Okay. Found a stone of some kind. Point here for some reason. What's this? Gives us a record. Okay. Sounds fun. Is it this way? It's down here, right? Yeah, right there. Let's go explore. Let's go report our findings. Guessing you're no closer to solving asylum. Big structures outside the settlement is ancient. Yeah, this building particularly took my interest. I managed to force the lock. I don't want you to think I make a habit of breaking locks, General. Let's take a look inside. Perfect, do you reckon? Don't get too close, if are you? I sense arcane trickery. These candles aren't being kept by natural means, that's for sure. Satad, experience tell me a ward like this have us jumping through hoops to dispel it. Only you deserve to make late claim. Let me see what I can do. Not sure which is a more confiding mystery, your magic touch or this godforsaken rock we're standing on. Tomberry? A tomberry? Totally refreshed and raring to go. Who might you two be? Wasn't expecting the common time. You take me for some benign fool. But perhaps a valid superstition given my current form. Stand before the archive, the very definition of irritation. Now hurry up, introduce yourself. What use is it? Those keen, searching eyes of yours. Clearly, you have an inquisitive mind like no other. Save my own, that is. Keter, an explorer hailing from the Salawinsa. We're here on an expedition backed by the nation of Tuliolal. Limsalomi what? Tuliolal? I visited each of the 12 city-states and learned all there is to know about their people and cultures, but those names are unfamiliar. To think a whole nation would elude me. Tell me, when exactly was this Tuliolal founded? Seventh astral era. I moved the island to avoid spreading the affliction that left me as you see here, and promptly fell into a deep slumber. Never served such a plague, swept the realm at the end of the fifth astral era. But what mean if you've been asleep for more than 1,500 years? That would explain why I feel so well rested. Now that I'm awake, I should very much like to see what has become of the isle. I certainly don't recall the memorial fountain being crammed with algae. Perhaps you do speak the truth. And a strange Aether sense pervading the island. Could it be a ward of sorts? The longing's still foggy after that eons long slumber. There was a time when I knew all of the things, the name of every battle, the wave of all the riches. I was a wise old man, a gushing font of knowledge. Say, I could be a real boon for your expedition. Once I get up to speed, I shall join you on your endeavors. Let's adventure forth onto this mysterious isle. Seeing as there's nothing in this settlement out to kill us, I think it's time we get the crew ashore and earning their keep. I'll be right back. Hopefully we can learn more about the isle and from our newfound co-conspirator. Would you care to elaborate upon what brought you here? So this isle lies in the heart of the Shades Triangle, and many a ship has gone missing in these waters. You mentioned the wrecks out in the bay. It's not unreasonable to think some of those sailors would made it ashore. Why did no one try to wake me? The door to your chamber was tightly barred. But your burly companion was able to force the lock. I dare say younger warrior sailors would have even less trouble. I will click a little to you and seal the cross script back up. Ridiculous notion. I might be old, but I'm swift and sprightly. Supposedly the strange voice. You mean to imply that someone summoned you here? Clearly it wasn't me. I've been sound asleep for the last few millennia, give it or take. An tantalizing conundrum. We simply must get to the bottom of this. Is it knowledge you seek? What manner of creature is this? Familiar, methinks. Looks like fairies employed by Endymion scholars of Eld. Was it you who summoned her? Preposterous. I would have summoned something more statuesque. Oh, rude. My name is Aerys. I certainly wasn't called forth by a wise and little wretch like you. Wizened, you mean wise? Honestly, who would ever summon a companion so lacking in manners? I know exactly what I meant, and you, sir, are lacking in wisdom. A seal has been placed upon your worldly knowledge, thus preventing its use. You can only speak of that which the individual over here has seen and learned firsthand. Is that so? Well, that explains why I can't muster the faintest mote of magic. I tried to heal myself earlier. To no avail. Centuries of sleep on that cold stone slab really took its toll. I'll feel you in your aching wounds. Iris, where's your master? And let me try a different task. Why were you summoned here? I don't know. Looks like someone else has had their knowledge sealed away. If I'm wizened and lacking wisdom, then you're not but unfamiliar. I'll tell you one thing. That fairy was steeped in the same Aether permeating the island. As I surmised, there's a strange war covering the isle. No doubt those ships in the bay were caught in the pool. Well, words can't just cast themselves, meaning someone's responsible for these poor souls. Methinks our focus ought to be finding out what we can about this individual. And let's not forget that strange voice. Right, let's go speak with Jeffrey over yonder. He ought to have a word on the progress. You'll be pleased to hear that preparations are well underway. I sent a dance party to scout ahead while the ship's being unloaded. Which are setting up camp as we speak. Separate crew will be stationed here. Be sure to avail yourself of their services. And if you've after a weaponsmith, word is we hired a truly remarkable craftsman. Judging by his reputation, you'll soon have your weapons honed. The smithy be set up over yonder. Do drop by if you're interested. Well, that's all from me. Give me a shout when you're ready. Good. So we're making a encampment here. Upon the Occult Crescent, an uncharted island in the heart of the Shades Triangle. Whether you choose to join your fellow explorers in this large-scale battle against the fiercest foes, or take on the Crescent's denizens in a series of skirmishes. The following pages contain detailed explanation of what you may expect. This is a goal. The required average iron level is 690 and iron level up is into 700. Players may change a different job to sufficient level while on duty. Level up your alts, right? Yeah. All players are subject to a separate leveling system while exploring the Occult Crescent, indicated by their knowledge level. Participating in large-scale battles or slaying by its fiends will bolster your knowledge. Facing the fiends in the Occult Crescent, your knowledge level will impact the outcome of the battle. To improve your chance of survival in moving the wilds, be sure to accrue as much knowledge as you're able. On the island, you may participate in the critical encounters, large-scale battles, for up to 72 combats. Emerging victorious from these perilous endeavors will garner their wealth of knowledge. The rules. As critical encounters are not affected by your knowledge level, they can be attempted regardless of progress. Additionally, during the course of the expedition, the return action will be replaced by Occult Return, which enables instant return to the base game. Let's go talk to the guy over there then first. Rum Edel refrigerate. Wouldn't be surprised if we found him floating in the sea. Oh, you need it for Smitty, right? Should be told all the weaponsmiths built it before we could finish setting shop. Master of his scrap pile counts. Seen nothing of the trouble since you've set afoot. Wasn't down there though. He drank most of the booze and we brought along an expedition. I tell you, the bugger was half pickled by the time we hauled him out. Anyway, the master's now gone. What you speak of sounds vaguely familiar. Either you're already acquainted with this scoundrel, or you're just open to more contours weaponsmiths than I thought. Needless to say, there aren't many folk willing to sail for Shade's Struggle. While we were scratching around trying to find someone, a certain enterprising woman put us in touch. They say there's a finer weaponsmith alive today. He treats like a sailor on shore, and even is up to his neck in debt. He signed up to the expedition to settle his dues. Word, he can't have gone far. It's not like there's any way off this rock. If he's half as good as they say, I reckon he'll be a boon in your venturing. Keep your eyes peeled if you run into a shirtless, rum-soaked good-for-nothing. By the name of Gerald. Oh, Gerald, yeah, we have to find him. Search for Gerald. He's probably somewhere over there. Not a drop of the run to be had in this bloody ghost town. There was no mention of Shade's Struggle when I signed up the goddamn contract. Talk about false bloody pretense. Who the hell's are? Oh, bugger me, can't I do one bleeding job without you showing your ugly mug? Said there's never a dull moment when us team up. Well, we finish the job. Sharp as and get off this rock, eh? Must have an hard time coaxing back. Apologies for all the trouble. Right, with the smithy up and running, it's high time you started earning your keep. Listen here. Do you really think I'm going to sully me hammer and knocking out any village smith with half a brain? To last in high impossible feats. This team put inside to attract the old dry, racking up more depth. It does seem daft to forego for your watering sums. If yours as fine as weaponsmith only have to him forging plain swords. Any ideas, adventurer? I'm sure yours finest weaponsmith has his own idea. He does, as a matter of fact. Division's a new means of refining weapons and armor. I couldn't help notice all the Aether permanently in place. I reckon I'll tap into it somehow. Of course, I'll need new raw materials. Some magic warped ore from the isle should do the trick. If it's ore you're after, our surveyor is soon to be conducting preliminary excavation. Is that all you need? Hardly. If that were the case, any old fool could do the job. Magical properties can be fleeting and elusive. Without a means to properly harness the Aether, there's every chance that the ore degrades. So you'll require something else besides the raw material. Any inkling as to what that might be? Sometimes a full beastie, he knows, Trails depth leave behind a crystallized chunk of their essence. I've used the stuff in the past, and while it ain't exactly common, I bet you'll find it on this rock. That's unique to this island, mind you. I'm sure we'll find it elsewhere too. Does mystical crystal have a name? Indeed, it is Dimension. Thanks for providing the spark for our weaponsmith needed. Looks like he committed to fulfilling his conduct duties. How do you feel about handling the fiend felon? Sure, let's go. While you're out acquiring Dimentima, we'll see how amenable Geralt is to helping. The Oz Aether into a smooth process, the likes of which the realm's never seen. To do that, a Rickard will need at least 6 kinds of Dimentima, which we reach to be sure to work is foolproof. From phase and critical counters. Can also be obtained from phase and other regions. Need from fates and critical counters and Occult Crescent. Can also be obtained from fates in other regions. These regions are Equipaka, so basically the areas in Tyrol. Okay. Have to come back for this. Let's continue the quest. Talk to this guy here. I gotta... Where is it? Where is it? Unique fire rays are required. These can be obtained phase. Journey to the Occult Crescent Sunform. Yes. What was the required item level? Was 690 or something like that? Occult Crescent, South Horn. Mysterious pyramid, mysterious rooms, a lot of weird stuff here. phantom action, okay. Hard pressed to find a better location to stage an expedition than this, and to think we even find something akin to an Aetherite. Any luck, there'll be a few more dotted around the isle. We're leaving our advance party. Brought back a few bits and bobs of interest. The archive was surprising to cache. Here we are, I've got something crystalline to show you. Ah, just as I thought. Because you laid eyes on the crystal, I was able to tap into my wealth of learning. The sealed knowledge business is awfully frustrating. What I handed you is a soul shard from the 5th astral era, contained within the phantasmal record. German as you modern combatants employ are far more refined than those old days. Nonetheless, you might find benefit from learning the old ways. Under normal circumstances, I'd find myself a soul shard and fight alongside you, but I can't access what's inside, or again by the seal. Given that you were summoned especially, I dare say you'll have no trouble using it. Phantom jobs unlocked. Okay. Soul shard in your possession gives you access to 3 phantom jobs: Phantom Knight, Phantom Monk, and Phantom Bard. The supplementary jobs can each be selected via the Phantom job window while on the Occult Crescent. Okay. Selecting a Phantom job enables the use of job-specific actions. Phantom actions are displayed on the Phantom action panel from which they can be selected. Like other actions, Phantom actions can be registered to the hotbar. You are currently a Phantom freelancer, select your chosen Phantom. So, if I want to do DPS, I should probably choose Monk, because then I could be like a DPS and a healer at the same time. I need to level up Red Mage for this, actually. That's the problem. Yeah, we need to level up my Red Mage and get better gear, because it's 690 right to the minimum. Ancient Arts of War. It's over here. Okay. I need to change my Phantom. Okay. Lance does nothing. Okay. Phantom Monk. Special actions that are available only during the course of the specific duty. Depending on the undertaken duty, you may select up to 5 Phantom actions. are used by clicking their icons or by sending duty actions. 1, 2 to the keybind. Actions may as well as other actions may also be registered directly to your hotbar. Yes, they're here, right? Okay. Things. That's for consoles. Okay, so we only have this right now. Excellent. It would seem you've managed to interface with the soul shard. There is one caveat. I believe it will only work within the confines of the island's ward. Nonetheless, as you accumulate more knowledge, you'll soon be able to draw on more potent techniques. What's more, I don't think that's the only soul shard on the island. I'm positive you'll acquire others. The more you possess, the greater array of ancient techniques you'll have. Gotta find more shards. Well, I shan't keep you from exercising any longer. Wells have been some better days, but they're still solid enough. As long as we secure the entrances. Roaming's all well and good, but we'll need a firm plan of action. Before you leave, let's consider our approach. Seems to me, the more we learn about this island, the further we get from unraveling the secrets. There's a voice only you can hear, the island-wide ward, the seal on the archive's knowledge. Yet very familiar, not to mention that finding a settlement on such a remote island is passing strange. But before we get to satisfying our curiosity, we have a more pressing concern. Safety. Me, crew are peerless, yourself included, but I've seen negligence and lack of preparation laid low. Which is why I tend to totally embrace the threats lurking. As our resident freelancer, I want you to fell 3 different species of fiend and share your findings. I know if any information you gather, the more you see and share, the more we chip away. Take out some enemies. Let's go. Level 1. Enemies are pretty tanky, actually. I'm taking one arrow, so I need to slay a lizard thing as well. Coins. Oh, those are actually coins, right? Okay. Oh yeah, we can mount here, I forgot. We can mount here, so let's go. Treasure chest. Pull knowledge points, okay. 3 enlightenment gold pieces. Gold pieces and silver pieces too. Okay, good to know. Dispatch those fiends and share your findings. She might partake of my unsealed wisdom. Oops, here we go. Encounter a whole herd of gorilla. It's rare indeed to see such notoriously territorial creatures. Let's see, you also escort vanished flying lizards. I'm no naturalist, but they don't sound like species you'd find on this island. Suppose someone could have transported them here. I can't answer that, or at least I could, were it not for the seal. In other words, we'll be relying on Patios to document what she finds. From far and wide, Patios, help me unseal my vast reserve of knowledge, and thus prove this lumbering clock wrong. The Local fauna surveyed. I suggest we now seek signs of former habitation. To start, I want you to visit the ruins. Visit the ruins. Towering above the tree line south of the camp. Those are the target of your next excursion. Hurry back and describe to me what their bygone splendor. There was a lot of relevant entries in their culture grid, so we gotta go explore the ruins. Where is it? It's towering above the tree lines and south of camp, so we have to go on an expedition to the south then. Alright. Guy Watcher, what does this do? Like, for fast traveling, okay. Oh, for weather, okay. Tips. Where you can get gear. Okay, interesting. I need the Archonauts gear first, though. Yeah. Okay. 4,000. Those are 745, right? Gold pieces are all like battle stuff, like potions and coffers. Materia, okay. Some cosmetics too. Okay. There's a lot of things to do here. Supplier. I'll just buy stuff here too. Couple potions. What's inside the coffers, actually? Let's try opening up some coffers, see what they have. Dark matter, bolt needles. Okay. Forgot what the coffer does. gotta go to the south too, right? These are level 2 enemies. Will we be able to fight them? Let's try. We get a little bit more XP from fighting the higher level enemies. I'm gonna have to explore every nook and cranny of this map anyway, so... Another bat after me. Of course I can aggro them, I have to be careful. I have to be careful not to aggro more than one. Just use the heals. Okay, you can't pull them too far, yes. XP. Ooh, encounter there. All over there, though. Far from that. I wonder how queuing up with encounters work in this zone. You get the silver pieces. That's probably from the critical encounters, maybe. This is going to be a lot of grinding, but yeah, it's fun. Shit, I got hit. Great. Let's just drive into the rooms. Oh, there's a treasure here. This is what he needs, right? One of the things that he needs. I think I'm gonna need these. Where's a ribbon? Only one left. Might as well. Never redeem this. Okay, there.
like to use the coffer, so. Let's fight this one. Try to fight one of the robots here. Stone. Maybe an encounter here? Well, let's do this. I have no idea what that is, but first time. Bunch of statues. go explore those. I have to go in the ruins, right? Get the shipment. Making it just in time. What's the name of this one? The Black Regiment. Let's see what that is. check the lost citadel. wonder if I could try to take on a level 20. Maybe. Yeah. It's way too much of a level difference. I'm only level 4 right now. Tree line stuff with camp, those are the targets. Okay. To find the rooms. It's probably not the giant temple, of course. Probably that thing there. Let's try to go check that. Try to avoid the enemies because I'm low level right now. Survey point here. Let's check this. Side of the street. No. Oh, that must be a survey point over there. Okay. It was right outside the gate here. added. Okay. Get inside a Lost Citadel, actually. Okay, the enemies here are strong. Just grab the point without touching them. Good thing our max level's 20, right? With all of this. Stoneworks. There's a lot of lore here to read. I don't know if we got everything here, but maybe. We'll continue our adventures in the Occult Crescent next time on Final Fantasy XIV Online. See you next time.